Hello and welcome to this course. This is MB2-716 Certification course, which is fourth part of the 4 training series. This is the last part, and in this you will learn Microsoft Dynamics 365 customization and configuration for business rules, workflows, and business process flows. So congratulations on taking this course, and I'm sure that you will learn about these topics. Plus, I have a special bonus for you. So in case if you have not taken any courses like part 1 to part 3, definitely you should go for, because if you don't take those parts, then the preparation of your MB2-716 will be incomplete and you will not be able to pass the exam. So I want you to go through, because you will not just learn about passing the exam, how you can clear the exam, but also you will learn about different concepts. I have given the in-depth training for that. So welcome to this course. This is MB2-716, again part 4. This is the final part, and let's see what you will learn in this particular course. So the first thing you will learn is how to implement and manage business rules. So we'll talk about when you should use business rules, right? And what is the alternative of using business rules, but you might need some programming skills like JavaScript, right? And how can you use the business rules? How can you do client-side validations without doing any programming? So business rules can really help you. Then describe the business rule scope. So when do you want that business rule to execute? That's something we'll discuss at the entity level, at all the forms, or for a specific form. Also, you will learn how to identify actions that trigger business rule. Okay, so that's something is very, very important. You need to define it for a specific entity. And for the specific entity, once you define, you need to know when this particular business rule will trigger and what will be the actions. Then you will learn how to configure business rules, conditions, and actions. So in this, we'll go in detail, in depth, where you will be learning how to configure business rules as per your requirements, how can you define conditions, and also what are the actions you can perform once those conditions are met. So this is something you will learn in implementing and managing business rules. Once you complete that, the next thing would be how to implement and manage workflows, dialogues, and custom actions. So the first thing is how to implement workflows, and most importantly, why to use workflows, right? And we'll identify the different workflow types. So we'll talk about that. Once you understand the workflows, the next thing would be how to implement dialogues and custom actions. So I'll take you through the example, how to implement dialogues, why it should be used, and how to use custom actions. And then finally, when to use business process flows. So the third part would be, you need to understand that business process flows are very important for any organization to follow, because it gives you the step-by-step process to perform any task, and you will learn when to use business process flows. And finally, we'll talk about workflow dialogues, right? So that's something we'll discuss in this module. And the last section would be custom actions. You will learn how to create custom actions and how can you use that for Dynamics 365. Right? So that is the workflows, dialogues, and custom actions. And then we'll move to the last section of this particular course, which is implement and manage business process flows. You will learn what are the business flow components, right? You will learn how to enable business process flows for a specific entity so that you can guide users to go through step-by-step process and complete the particular task, right? I'll show you how you can enable that, and also how to implement steps, stages, and categories. So when you actually define business process flows, you have this option to select steps, define stages, and also select categories. So I'm going to show you that step by step, and then you will be learning how to implement flows that use multiple entities, right? So business process flows that will use multiple entities, like lead, opportunity, that is one example. Similarly, how can you use it for multiple entities? Then you will learn about conditional branching. So based on a specific condition, the branching, it means the business process flow next stage can change, right? And that is very common. So you might want to learn about conditional branching so that it keeps changing as per the requirements, and it's easy for users to follow for a specific records, right? So that's something we'll be learning. And then finally, you will learn how to implement role-driven business process flow. So if you want to assign a particular business process flow for a specific role, then how can you do that? So then you will be learning how to run workflows in Dynamics 365 for business process flows. There are some conditions to run workflows for business process flows, and we will discuss that how you can use it, and it can help you automate certain part of your process, right? And then you can go through the exam preparation notes and practice. And this course covers about 20 to 25% of MB2-716 exam curriculum. So definitely you might want to go through this in detail, go through the exam preparation notes and practice so that you are prepared, right? And also as a bonus, I'm giving you MB2-716 practice test. There are 90 questions, 2 practice tests. The details are available in the last lecture. You can go through that, and there's some basic requirements that you must fill, and then you can request for the MB2-716 practice test, which I'll share with you, right? And finally, we'll do the course review. So thank you so much for being with me on this journey. So let's move on and complete this MB2-716 certification course.